Hi, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome. Let us know if you can hear us. Just give us a signal, a notification that you can hear us. You're welcome today. You're welcome. Let us know if you can hear us. You're welcome to today's program. This is your conversation, the business conversation, and today my host is still trying to get in, and let's see how it goes this evening. You're welcome wherever you are. Let's know that you're around. Share the link with your friends. This is your business conversation, and we're going to be talking on business and business and business. So we meet every Sunday like this to converse and to have a conversation, deep conversations about business. And I'm sure that you're going to like it today. So you're welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcoming our host, Mr. Elvis. You're welcome, Elvis Polifor. How are you today?
Thank you, ma'am. I'm okay. Thank you so much. You're already in the studio.
I'm already
Coming
in the
in.
studio
Thank you.
and we are now live. So the whole world
Thank
is
you.
listening to us. I passed over the microphone to you. You are the host today, and I guess that I'm your guest today. And of
Thank
course,
you
I
so
had to
much.
go live directly because we are very punctual and we want to always have the work done like it ought to be, right?
Thank you so very much for welcoming me. I'm the one who's welcome you. Today we are swapping functions, and you're going to be my guest today. So our program is the Sompon Business Masterclass, which we are organizing during this August, during holidays, of course, to keep our young busy and equally to see the projects that they have been working on and how we can assist them. But that is not what we want to base on today. We want to talk business. And since Ma'am Vera is on board this evening, I think she's going to be a source of enlightenment, a resource person for us. And coupled with all the people we have had on board to talk business to us, I think she'll be summarizing and hitting the nail on the head for those who are aspiring to get into business and don't know how to get into business. And this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, our dear viewers who must be watching us live on Facebook as well as on YouTube, we are going to get Mam Vera pitch on the biblical concept of business. Some of us do business and we keep asking ourselves, why is this business not working out? Because we are not taking it from the source, from the origin of business. And we know that when God is behind you, everything works for good. So she's going to give us, an enlightenment on how business works from the Bible perspective. And then she will equally in her conversation surely tell us how we can create good businesses. So that is what we're dwelling on. And the questions are welcomed. We're going to answer questions equally, and we are welcoming all those who are here. My name is Molly for Elvis, your host, and we are going to have a good time together. Mam Vera, thank you. You already welcomed me. I'll be passing the microphone back to you to pitch for about 15 minutes or less, if you can, on the bigger concept of business. You're so welcome today. Sitting now as my guest, you used to do this one together. I'm so delighted to have
Yes.
you.
It's such a privilege, and it's so amazing to always have the different roles. And I was just having a conversation today with my son, and I'm just realizing that the most challenging of my roles is the role of being a mother, the role of being a parent, and so it keeps me always worried. And I have the impression that in our different roles, we always have to put on different attires and different costumes, different hats and different dresses for the different roles. But today, I'm taking up the role as a guest and then to speak on business and its biblical concept.
Concept. Okay.
many people have asked me time without number, because my husband is a pastor. So many people always ask me, but why are you so why do you love so much business and you talk about business and all that? And I always had to think before. I was really contemplating and thinking, but wait a minute, why are they always asking this particular question? And if my husband is a pastor, does it mean that I am automatically a pastor because my husband is a pastor? Well, preaching the gospel is a devotion. It's for every child of God. Preaching the gospel either directly or indirectly, speaking that word by our behaviors, by our attitude, by our lifestyle, the conscious way of living, of the fact that we are God's children, that our existence is from Him, our identity, my identity is in Him. And if my identity is in Him, then it is but normal that all that I do, all that I see, comes consciously or unconsciously, directly or indirectly, also from the manual book of my life, which is the Bible. So, I mean, I am not going to be preaching the gospel because I am not maybe directly a pastor, so I'm not going to be preaching the gospel, but I'm going to be talking on a few concepts that many people have used, even people of the people who think they are not Christian, they have used it. You know why? And it has worked. You know why? Because this Bible is not only for Christians, it's a book with principles. It says, "Sow and you shall reap. You whatever you sow, you reap. You give, you shall receive." Those are biblical principles that apply to every human being here on earth, irrespective of your attachment to God. As long as these principles, they are living principles. So, it's like when the law of you go, you throw a thing up and it must come down. So you can't change that. If you throw up, you come down. If you go right up to the mountain, you pull yourself down, you're going to die. So, if you like, during this period, you can be fasting and praying for 40 days and 40 nights. Once you're up there, you throw yourself down, nothing will hold you, not even the angels will hold you, because you are going to be going against one of the laws. And therefore, we have to understand that biblical principles are things that govern every child of God, every creature, and even the nature. And therefore, my concept, business concepts, are all also biblically based. You know, when you, for those who read the Bible or the Quran, I have a friend who is a Muslim, and he's also doing social work. And he told me that, Vera, do you know my entire work is based on godly principles, but his is orientated the Quran, because his Quran says that he should give, he should help people. And therefore, when he was going to school, he decided to help people based on that. And he was looking for something that was going to keep him no matter the situation. And so that's the same thing. When Sompon Social Service was born, it was born out of the passion to be able to help people, to give to the poor, to give to the widow, to take care of those people in the society that no one wants to take care of them. That was the entire essence of my work, Sompon Social Service. It came out from the service aspect of it. And when we look at even the prophets and Jesus, all they did was doing service to the generation, service to humanity. And therefore, my concept is also from the Bible. But I want to help us understand it in a more clearer way using the biblical verse, where it says in Genesis chapter 1, verse 28, it says, God blessed them and said to them, be fruitful and increase in number. Fill the earth and subdue it. Rule over the fish in the sea and in the birds in the sky, and over every living creature that moves on the ground. And that was a new international version. And the new living translation says, then God blessed them and said, be fruitful and multiply. I really have a whole lot of challenge with this, not challenge, but I think that many people have made a mistake with this verse in the Bible. When they hear be fruitful and multiply, all they see is giving birth to children. So they become a production machine or house for children, which is not bad if that's the essence for which God has created someone. If the entire purpose for which God created you was to give birth to children and take care of them, that's also business. That's family business, which is extremely important for our society and very good for that matter, because without the family business, then we do not have a society. But we also need other businesses to be able to help the family business, like the spiritual business, the social business, the financial business, all these different businesses we need. And therefore, if be fruitful and multiply was only related to bringing forth children, then I'm very sure that Abraham made a whole lot of mistakes because he didn't have a whole lot of the children. I'm very sure that Adam also made some mistakes because he didn't have a lot of them, right? But now, what does it mean be fruitful and multiply? And that's where I took my own concept, and that's why I get to develop my own personal concept. Be fruitful. It means that already there is a seed within you. When God created every human being, He had to put in us a seed. There is the purpose for which you're here. Like in the, let's say, the cow or the sheep. What's in the cow? Many people do not know, but in the cow, we have clothes, we have shoes, we have belts, we have all these beautiful stuffs. In the tree, what is in the tree? In the tree, we have the bed, the chairs, the tables, and all these beautiful furnitures, right? What is in the mud? We have houses, we have the cars, right? And then what is in you? That's the same thing. So in you and in me is something.
Mm.
And that thing, God said, let that thing be fruitful that is in you and multiply that thing. Right? So now, if the seed within me is to help people, then I am supposed to multiply it. Multiply it and become by being creative, create things, create this Sompon social service like we did with the intention to help God's creature socially, educationally, intellectually, emotionally, right? To help them. So it means now, then it says multiply. What does it mean to multiply? And for those doing business, if you're going to do business and not want to multiply, then something is wrong somewhere, right? Multiplication means that now we have a concept in Esslingen where we started some on social service. Now we take that concept because the concept is already well written, the concept is already on a piece of paper, everything is well structured. Multiply it means take it from one step and open it somewhere else. Take it now from and then increase it. So we have Sompon in Esslingen, we have Sompon in Gepingen, and then we have Sompon in Cameroon, we have Sompon in Africa. So you see, you have multiplied. It is in the multiplication process that we have much more money come in, right? And then it goes further and says subdue. You see what Microsoft did? Microsoft has subdued the entire world with this same principle. He had just this idea. He now produced the idea, being fruitful. Now he produced that idea of Microsoft and then he multiplied it. Now, everywhere in the world, we are having Microsoft. I mean, we are using by Microsoft. Everything is Microsoft. So, how many billions of people in the world, Microsoft is in their home? What has he done? He has subdued and has dominion. And now, when people think of having dominion, the ego on matured people think that we should have dominion over other human beings. No, when God said have dominion, he meant have mastery over that territory. Be a manager. Have a mastery over your managerial skills. Have mastery over the work you have been given to do. Have mastery over the business that has been handed over to you. Have mastery in helping people. Have mastery in guiding people. Have mastery in mentoring people. Right? So when we do not understand this basic concept, we get it all wrong. That's the same concept McDonald is using. And that's why McDonald will never die. He will never get poor. He will never get die. His generations to come will always get money, because why? He had an idea. The idea was fruitful. He multiplied the idea. He replenished it. Replenishment means the marketing. We call it today marketing. He replenished it all over, and then he subdued that subject. He has a master, a hidden secret. No matter how you want to do your McDonald's or Kentucky or whatever, you never get to succeed, because there's a hidden secret that belongs only to him, and no one gets that secret, right? So he has subdued the earth with his idea. The same applies with ideology. You want to have an ideology, so you can subdue the earth with an ideology. Those days we had the ideologies of black nationalism, where they say black is beauty, support black businesses, black is everything, So this is an idea and it goes wrong. Now back again to some point. So if we have to build any business and a long lasting business, we have to understand that it should be a business that meets the needs of people. And every business that meets the needs of people, backed up with any spiritual book or any spirituality, is always an ideal, because then it will hold. And when the storms come, you will always remember, by the way, it wasn't for you, it was for the people. So like Sompon social service, it's never about Vera Sompon. It's always about serving the people, showing the people the light, giving the people the opportunity to see differently, reflect differently, giving the chance for the poor, giving chances for the orphans, giving chances for the widowers. The Bible said that is religion. So for those who are always asking, why do you talk about business? I talk about business a lot because my father who created me, he always talk about business. I'm here to do the work of my father, and I'm doing that in diverse ways. So in a nutshell, that's what business for me will be. And a long lasting business would mean add value to the life of people, and then these people will bless you back in return. And then be so, have a mastery in
Mastery.
that in that your area, which is to also what we call dominion. Have dominion over that area of that word, so that you can really subdue the earth with your business. Whenever they hear of someone social service, they know, this as their work, this is what they do, this person started it. So that's all about business and God's concept.
Thank you so much. I'm sure those listening to us must have picked up something when you read from Genesis 1:28, and I picked three words. God blessed them and said, "Go ye and multiply and subdue." And you talked equally of dominion, where you summarized it to be mastery. I'm sure many people listening to you this evening, or who have listened to you, must be marveled how this verse could be applied in business. And you equally said that your business concept should be biblically based. It means that you should have a business which is sustainable, as you always say. The business should be sustainable and be able to reach out to the underprivileged. And that is equally the watchword of Sompon Social Service, is to reach out to the underprivileged and equally to make life better for them. Thank you so much, ma'am. Your pitching was so interesting. I listened with so much depth, and I'm sure that those listening to us on Facebook and on YouTube must be so enlightened that you are on board today as a guest. It means that you had much in stock, and we are happy to have that this afternoon. I was equally looking forward to hearing you tell us how you can create a good business. How can
Mhm.
someone, a youth, create a good business? What's the secret about
Yeah,
that?
I think that most of my businesses came as a result of my personal need and problems. So, like now we are having the time, the COVID-19. This is the best time that businesses can come up. Many people are needing orientation. Many people need help. Many people have lost their jobs. Many people are confused. Many homes are being breaking down because for long they have not been in their homes with their partners, and now suddenly they are living in the same home with husband and wife and children. And so many challenges are coming up now. And I think now, because many challenges are coming up, it's the time for businesses also to come up. But now, how did I start all my businesses? I can only tell the young person how I started, and maybe it could guide them so that they can also start. Personally, all my businesses came as a result of my needs, my problems. I started Sompon Social Service because when I was a young person in Germany, I had no mentor, I had no guidance, I had no counselors who could counsel me on what to study, how to study. So I said to myself, when I finish school, that's what I'm going to be doing. When we started the holiday programs for young children, we started it because after I had my two kids, paying the daycare for them to go to school while I was working was extremely expensive. So I said to myself, you know what, Vera? Put that down, work with the kids, and then get other people who may be interested. So all of my programs, I started it, and then I realized many other people are like me out there, and then I expanded it to other people. So in your life, the question, what is the problem in your life now? That's your business. That's the hidden business. So now you only have to find out the right way to bring it out and then really tell to people this is what is happening. We have the challenge that many people don't really want to tell their problems to other people. So we can't really help other people. If you can't tell me the problem, then I can't help you, right? Because we are somehow, all of us are afraid if I tell my problem to B and C, they will take it, announce it to the radio Nigeria or the radio Cameroon or radio Germany, whatever, and everyone is afraid, right? And everyone is being careful. But I tell you, in that jobless situation, the question is what makes you not have a job? Maybe you start working on that. When you start working on that, you realize that you will have solved that problem, and then you have a mastery of solving that your problem. Then you add it now to other people. At the end of the day, business is about adding values to people. Now we are talking about the business masters class that is coming up next week. It's not only about having a business masters class, it's because we have taken time to add value to the people. I have looked at my own life back and I said, if I had these tools, if someone told me these things exactly, I would not have wasted so much years before starting up my own business. We have the guy with the Facebook guy, how young he is, but how much money he possesses. We have lots of people doing great and mighty things, especially in the European sector. But they're not doing that because they're in the European sector. They're doing that because of the exposure that they have, right? So if someone would have told me the things that I'm going to will be going to be giving these people tomorrow or next week, then we would and we put them into practice, life would have been totally different, you know. So now we are all doing try and error. Many people are doing try and error. But I had wished someone had done the try and error, then just package it in a form of a lecture and sell to us. So to a young person, I'll tell the young person, check within you. What is the problem you're having right now? Your personal problem. Start by solving that one, and that can be the business idea. You know, the problem we have, the thing we have is we want to play the roles of different people. Many a times we want to do the things that we are actually not called to do, right? And that is the big challenge. If you are the fish, for example, where is the fish supposed to have dominion? It's in the water, right? Now, if you leave your sphere of dominion, which is the water, and you want to fly like the bird in the air and you are the fish, what happens is that you're going to die. You will never be productive. Every time you will complain because you will keep saying, but I'm unable to. It is not, I'm not seeing anything. The same thing with the bird. If you are the bird and you're supposed to be in the air, what are you doing in the waters? Or what are you doing here on the earth? You're supposed to be roaming around there, especially the eagle, right? And so when there's this mix of identity, mix of confusion, and we want to be everywhere every time, then we are getting lost. And that's why we are not even productive, right? Now, if you're the tree, where are you supposed to be? You're supposed to be on a solid soil, a soil that is connected to water, so that you can get enough energy and produce those bombastic, beautiful, energetic fruit. So that when we can grab from you, we can have a lot to energy, right? So, and if
Yes.
you're the tree, what are you doing in the air, or what are you doing in the waters? If you're in the waters, you're going to die, because the too much of the water will absorb, and finally you just rot, right? Or if you're in the air, you're also not going to have any sustenance, and then you'll just dry up. But the place where you ought to be is the soil, right? And many of us get confused, and so with your own problem, instead of working on your problem, you're trying to look at the other neighbor's problem, and you forget that when you solve your problem and you write down how tactically you had solved your problem, it can become a real business and sustainable, because you cannot fall back easily, and because you know where it's coming from, the belly, it's coming from you, right? This takes me to an example. There was a rich man. He had his employees and he decided to expand, and he chose two of them and said that they should go to a country, a far country, to go and explore the land and see if they could invest and expand in that country. So he gave the both of them same privileges, same everything, and said, "Go and then give me back the feedbacks." Right. So manager A went and, of course, arrived in that part of that country and came back with this report. Sir, we can't do anything in this country because the people, they have no idea of what we are producing. They have never seen shoes. They know nothing about shoes. They themselves don't put on shoes, so they can't do our business can't flourish there, right? Now manager B or employee B went to that same country, the same land, came back with another report. This was his report. Sir, what an amazing opportunity we are having. This ground is so fertile. They are lacking in everything. But you know what? I think because they are lacking, that's where we can get more. What This is my strategy. We're going to bring in the old stocks of shoes to them, introduce them to shoes, give it to them even for almost a free price of cost. Then when they get used to, we teach them the advantages of putting on shoes. When they now know the importance of putting on shoes, we can produce shoes for them. These are two people from the same uh, uh, employer, right?
Country.
So you see, I just wanted with this example tell us it all depends on perception. It all depends from where we're standing. Most of the time, our businesses are just within us, but we go too far to look. And then because of we've gone too far to look, we get confused on the way, and then we resonate again. And that becomes so dangerous, because we get into the line of complainers, blamers, and all that. So I would tell a young person, don't go far, don't look far. Within you is your business idea, even if it means selling. People minimize the power of the selling bread. Sell the bread. If you know how to bake cake, don't go to be a school guy or a school girl. Go and bake your cakes and sell. I mean, these people are hungry. Everybody wants to eat cakes. So go bake the cakes and sell. So I'll tell a young person, hey, stay on your lane. Search within you. Get that talent inside you. Remove it. Go and sell if you need to sell. And not everybody has to go to school. By the way, what is school? So I would just encourage a young person to go deep within them and then find what it is in them that they love doing well. And I tell people, even if you love sleeping, I mean, talk about sleep so well that everybody will want to also enjoy 6 hours of sleep, even though some of us don't enjoy 6 hours of sleep, right? So make a business out of everything, right?
Mhm. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Regardless from how a young man can create a good business, you talked of the person should have passion, first of all, for what he or she wants to create. and equally look at the needs around him. Maybe he can
Yeah.
just be solving one of his problems, and that is a business, and he has some revenues from that. And equally,
Mm-hmm.
he should express himself. Maybe because he's
Mm-hmm.
so close to himself, he does not know that he has potentials and equally issues around that can be generated to a business. That was so
Mm-hmm.
powerful. And I am sure that those listening to us are getting really edified and motivated to get out of their shells and do something for themselves. And we talked of
Mm-hmm.
business, 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 so many businesses. And somebody will be wondering, how do you merge business and motherhood and other things that you are doing? How do you manage your time to be able to just be on time always and give us the talks? You're never getting tired. What is the secret behind this, your strength?
I had wished you never asked this question, but now you've asked the question. The thing is this, Mr. Elvis, I made up my mind that everything about me is business. That's how I made up my mind. And I did that. It's a conscious decision I took. Be it in church, if I'm in church, I'm doing business. You'd want to see it anyhow. So for me, everything is business. My family is business, and we work as team. My children is business, and I say, whether it's not, they are not my children, they are through me for a purpose. You see, so everything for me is business. When I am doing anything, if I'm conversing, having a conversation with you, I see it like doing business. Now, my business with you is to be able to inspire you that at the end of our conversation, that you to take something along, right? So everything about me, I made up a conscious decision that it should be business. And when it is business, it becomes professional for me. When it's professional, then I can have more impact. So now getting back, how do I do all these things? I do all these things because all these things are my passion, and I found a way to interwoven them anyhow. And I have trained my children to understand that I am not their mother per se, but that I have been given an assignment to help them become what God said they will be. So they should understand that if I am not there today, they have a life to live. I make my husband understand. By the way, I don't even need to make him understand. If I die today, after 6 months, he's going to have another beautiful young lady, right, to marry. And so I will be where I am. I do not know where. And I've been thinking, oh, had I known, I would have been doing this and do that. No, we are all here for a mission. I'm here on earth for a mission. And I'm here on earth for a purpose. And I have to fulfill that purpose. Miles Monroe said, die empty. I want to die empty. I want to die without thinking, oh, I needed just to help this one person again. I needed just to write this one book so that one person, when I'm not around, one person just get to do it. So that's why we are doing all what we are doing. We now started keeping all these videos. Before we were doing all these works without putting them on videos. But I realized that as days go by, people are really wanting to have the mentorship and all that. And I said, you know what? I'm going to put them all always on videos so that I will not have to be talking for every day the same thing to every person individually. So if someone calls me, then I say, you know what? Go check my program here and make use of it. Go check my program there, make use of it. If you want to make use of it, fine. Then when you have individual really special questions now, then you can come back so that we can work on a plan for you to succeed. So I think personally, I just made up my mind to say that everything around me is business. So and I when it's business, I take it very seriously, and I do it professionally. My job is profession, my home is a professional place, my the church is professional, everything is just professional for me. And even my relationship, so I have to really be very careful in that, because even in my relationship I turn to say, hey, I have to be very careful, I have to respect them. If I can respect my neighbor outside, then I have to start to with my home. If I can give my help to people outside, then I need to start with my home. But honestly, I just took that all like business to help me be more professional and more specific. Exactly.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So I'm sure at the end of this program, you have more than 100 trainees to mentor, especially as we are coming up with our program. the Sompon Master Business Class. I have mixed it up, which is starting on the 17th. At 17th is tomorrow. So we have already a very tight program,
Mm-hmm.
17th to the
Mm-hmm.
22nd of August. I am just reminding myself again whether we have much to do. And people will be asking, what is Sompon Business Masterclass? Somebody will be asking, in 1 week, somebody will have a master's degree. Who are those to be eligible for this? So these are some questions that you will be enlightening and throwing more light on them for those who are watching us. And we equally want to appreciate Madam Osa Stephen, who is watching us, I don't know where, and Maria Kane. We thank you for being with us always on our programs, and those who are watching us on YouTube. So, Ma'am Vera, we are beginning our business masterclass, Sompon Business Masterclass, of course, which always is physical, but given the constraints that we have to go digital, we have to go online so that we do not equally contaminate ourselves, respect the government measures that have been put in place for the COVID pandemic. And so we are going to begin, like I said already, 17 to 27. Who are those who are eligible for this program? Or before I even come to that, why this program? Before we get to who is eligible and who is going to be there for the class. Why a program like this one?
If you have heard me before, I say it again and I say over and over. My entire existence and the purpose for which I have been created, I think, is this one thing: to help people and to make them discover their abilities, their potentials, to make them see beyond. That's the entire purpose for which I have been created. And I've been given the task to be able to support those that are ready to take the support, to mentor, to guide them so that they can be able to also achieve their true identity. Right. So now back to why Sompon Social Service 2015, there was this huge migration that took place towards Europe. And we had more than 4,000 Africans dying in the Mediterranean Sea.
Okay.
Every day for 2015, I had bleeding in my heart. I was always bleeding. I was always asking the questions: why are the African governors, the African presidents, if they see these things happening, are they not saying anything? Are we so worthless to these people? Now, in Germany, we have the Sompon Social Service taking care of migrants. We have the offers for refugees, assistance, and all that. So I said to myself, before another European goes to Africa and play the savior role, and then we complain again, this is a time for me to also take action. So that was the moment I realized that my people need to understand that Europe is not a paradise. My people need to understand that Europe is a sinking ground. That's why more than 4,000 people died in the Mediterranean Sea, because they were thinking they are coming for greener pastures, but they died on the way, and their parents are not even aware of the fact that they are dead. Some of
That,
them. That was the moment it dawned in me that we as a diaspora are the ones to build back our continent. And we can't keep playing the blame game and keep telling that the other people are responsible. That was the moment it was clear for me: before I complain, let me start doing. Then, if there is a need for complaint, I will complain. So I went back home. I started with Cameroon. They say charity begins at home. So I started with Cameroon because I'm a Cameroonian from origin. So I went back home with the intention. The first program we started was a one-on-one with Vera Sompon. And that was a moment I gave chance for young people to ask their questions, get to interact with them, why they want to come to Europe, and then put at their disposition the possibility to legally come to Europe to study. I came to study to Europe. So I told the young people, we can always help you come study in Europe. But I would only help those that have taken part in my training, because then I will know your mindset, know how you think, how you react, how you function. Because I don't want to put my hands in a thing that can get burnt, right? So, but we use
That's
that platform to tell them that Europe wasn't a paradise. We use that platform to offer them other opportunities and other better ways to come to Europe without dying in the sea. We have a lot of possibilities on how to
mm,
come to Europe.
yeah.
We can come through volunteerism. We can come through a social year. We can come through au pair. We can come through studies. So there are a lot of other beautiful ways you can come, and you're not going to die in the Mediterranean Sea, right? And then when you come here, you can now get involved. So that was my way of helping my African brothers and sisters back home and giving back to humanity, because it wasn't only training them, not only the 1 week intensive program. I also personally said I was going to close my eyes and give seed sowing. So I closed my eyes and I sow seed in the life of 2, 3 people a year. I do not know them, and I know they will never be able to pay me back anyway. And I have closed my eyes. So, and I said, this is my own way to sow my own seed, in as much as I sow my seed in the church, because my husband is a minister. We are building the church. The church needs, of course, enough people to bring in and help for the growth of the kingdom. But I said, I do not want to sow only in the lives of people who are so called Christians. I just want to give to anybody that takes part in my program, and I see that I can relate with them in a way that can transform them, then I can sow a seed in their lives. Because of course, who wants to sow a seed on a rock that is not going to produce? No one, right? So, and that's how the initiation, or the program came up. And so we have been doing this now over and over, and it is really, really, as time goes on, I realize that that's actually what Africa needs for development. We need a lot of businesses to come out. We need to develop economically, and that's why we need businesses. We need to go to school, that's true. But honestly, this 1 week after you've attended it, you realize that you don't even need any certificates from school, because the people who are there will give you the tools that you need to be able to start up your own business if you really put
Mm,
them into practice, right? And then take away, especially fear, because at the end of the day, like my Angelo said, the only virtue that we really need to push us forward is a virtue of courage. To be courageous enough to do that which the others are desiring to do but are unwilling to do and unable to do because of fear.
mm. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You've in a nutshell answered many of the questions I had for you, but we want to know who is eligible, because that is what many people are having in mind. Can I be able to participate in this program? Will they accept me? Who is eligible for this Sompon Business Masterclass that is coming up from tomorrow to the 22nd of August? A cash program that are interested in then
Oh,
is eligible.
okay. I think that this program is really for anyone who is interested to start up a business. So let's take it from one step to the other. If you're someone and you have an idea, you just have an idea within you and you're confused, can this be a business idea? Can one come out with something? Then you should take part, because we have an amazing coach, Isone Lavelle. She will tell you how to start from scratch, if this is a business idea, if it's worth it or not. And then she will give you concepts, structures, systems that can back that up. Right now, if you are already doing business, we have many, and the diaspora, for example, I see many people are doing lot of businesses, lot of organization. They are all community leaders, but they are not eating out of that. But somehow I know that you should be able to eat from where you are, right? The goat eat where they put him. So if you are leading people in the community and you're still not being able to eat out of that, then you should question your financial blockage, right? And then, of course, we have amazing people. Dr. Beatrice Lukuze, she's going to help you deblock this financial blockage, because something is blocking you to be able to ask what you deserve from the people that you are helping, or that the people that are you're helping are not really seeing that you're helping them. Then there's something that is supposed to be done. This course is for these people, right? Now you are also doing project and you're thinking, but I can't really find, I have financial difficulties. I know many diasporas, and you're going to listen to me even after this. You have programs and you have not been able to do that because you do not have the fund. Then come for this program is good for you, because then we have a coach who is going to take us through all the different funding possibilities, and you'll be able to learn how to really fund or write a project. We'll help you how to write a project. Now, if you're also, of course, already in the business world and you have your idea, you have your project, and then it's only depend, you only need now that fund. We're going to help you find the funders, and then we're going to help you win the heart of the sponsors or the investors. And who is better placed to do that if not Wise Tola, who is going to be teaching us how to win the heart of the investor. Now, you say, oh no, this is not mine. Now you have a big business and it's flourishing, but now money is never enough, right? So we always want more so that we can be able to influence more and bless more people and do much more services in the community. If you're that person, then this program is for you, because Dr. Alexander Manfo will teach you the concept of the prosumers, whereby the customers also become part of the production and you make much more money and more gains. Now, if you say, okay, I know all these, and you know what?
Oh,
Then
thank
I'm
God.
sure you just want to network. Then, of course, you come still for the program, because we are going to teach you how to properly network and get to make the best. You remember, your network is your net
It's
worth.
your net
So
worth.
at the end of the day, this program is for everyone, but especially if you really want to start up and you're really lucky, you do not even have an idea, how do I start? Then please don't miss this program. This is your own program too.
Thank
So
you.
it
The
is a
program
program
is for
for really
everybody.
everybody.
No certificate required to come in, because that is what many people will be afraid. It is for everybody, whether you have gone to school or not. Like we said, your business should just be biblically based, and every other thing will fall in place.
It
So,
must not even just be biblical based. It just has to be a business that's sustainable, that you know it can help other people.
okay.
That's it. Because when you put biblical based, people now think, oh, I must be a Christian. No, it should be in a way that it can help yourself or help your
Okay.
family, help the neighbors,
Mhm,
help the
mhm.
society. At the end of the day, it's just about making impact in the society. And that's why the Agenda 2063 is also one of the very, very important tools we use. We teach the people to understand what Agenda 2063 is, so that they can be able to build better concepts for their businesses.
Good. Thank you for taking us to Agenda 2063, which is actually the basis of most of our programs. We want to see how we can make Africa better by that time. Why not even before that time, in our own small way that we are already doing? We already have heard that this program is for everybody, and equally the importance of offering these courses, because we'll be we'll be contacting people who are best in business, who are coaches, who are mentors, who will put us through even with a little idea that we think cannot yield anything. There will be people to hold your hand and show you the way. I think I don't need to ask again why they need to actually offer this course, because that will be letting the cat out of the bag. Let them come and see how the program is going to benefit them. That should be
Mhm.
something that we are keeping for them to come to discover for themselves. So we're talking about those who will be coaching them, those who will be mentoring them, those who will be holding their hands, those who will be getting them into networks. How or where did we get these our mentors from? Who are our mentors? Let me put it that way. And
Oh,
where are they coming from?
these are amazing brains. These are people. Or what I like about these mentors and the coaches is the fact that they are not just academicians. So they didn't just go to school. They went to school, so they have this your paperwork. They have it in their brain, the theory. But what fascinates me about them is the fact that they also put their hands into the mud, into the plow. So they themselves are doing businesses. So let's take, for example, Dr. Alexander Marfo. Dr. Alexander Marfo is not just an architect and planner. He has his own businesses that is employing other people to work with him, build people's home, dream homes for them, right? Let's talk about Irene Twison, who is doing for 10 years in business, has been doing in agriculture business, gets into it, soak into it, and she has been managing business. She has done also business administration. Let's talk about Dr. Beatrice Locuze, who is also herself a doctor. I mean, she has got the highest degree, right, of academics in business administration and has her own business on the way, right? So we have just the best for the people. I'm just hoping that the people will understand how important it is, how selective we have become. The business masters class, that's why it's called a masters class, because it's not just a class for theory. We're not just giving theory to people. That's why our content may be different, because there are people that have really, they have gone down. When I'm talking about networking, I'm not talking the networking that you know in the books, right? I don't tell you what
Mm.
is written in the books. I tell you what I have put into practice, and it has worked for
And it has
me.
worked.
And it has worked. And if you want to make use of it, you make use of it, right? When I tell you about a sustainable business, I don't tell you what I read that you bring this and that. I mean, I know a young guy who say we need to do this strategy and this, and I say, you know what? I have already drawn my own lines of strategy, because each way on each path I took, I wrote down how I got there, what made me get there, right? So that's my own strategy, and that's what you want to give the people. That's why it's a master's class, because it's a class that is made for people that have really, they're having a mastery in their own domains, and they want to share with the people. And there are people from all over Africa. We have Kenyans, Nigerians, Cameroonians, Ghanaians, we have Indians. So we have a whole palette of different kinds of people.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for those powerful words that are inspiring. Most of us who have worked with you, we have an extra urge or an extra, advantage to be just by you and tapping from the source. I remember this our program used to be physical, like I said already,
Mm.
and this time we have to do it like this because we used to sit together and we were talking on the same table. What will the people who are aspiring to do this program this year actually need to be able to follow up the program from the 17th, which is tomorrow, to the 22nd? What will be the requirements? What will be what they will need to be able to follow up this program properly?
Thank you for this question. I think all they need is the website, their phone. If they have a phone and data, I think in Africa we talk about data, or in Germany, if you have the megas, that's all you need, and your phone. That's all you need. And then go to the website, Sompon, the academy. We can even write the academy website down. Go to the website, academy.sompon-social-service.org. Get there and just register. And when you register, you're going to have your own space. We are having an academy, online academy. The academy is really like the school, offline school. Only our own is online school. So there's a registration procedure. You have to register, and then you have to pay the registration fee. And then that's all. And then you're going to get your own confirmation letter. And after that, you just get into the campus, so the online campus, and then you have your own dashboard and everything. You get every lesson, the link and everything will be given to you, and then you can join the class. Once it starts tomorrow, 10 o'clock, all those who already have their link will just get online and then start working, because they have already received all the materials, or most of the materials, and then they just get working, and the teacher is talking and they have everything with them. So it's an online class, just like an offline class, but this one only it's online, right?
Okay. Good. So we have, you said, from 10 a.m. surely to 5 p.m. per day.
Yes, that's a German time,
Okay.
GMT plus two. So
Plus
if you're
two.
in Cameroon, it should be 9 a.m.
9
And if
9
you're
a.m. Yeah.
in Kenya, it should be 11 a.m.
11.
or
Mm,
12. If you're in
mm,
the UK, it should be 9 also. So Exactly. So they should just it's German time, and then but they already have the link. They have every information. Those who have registered to now have the link, have everything in their dashboard. So they should just go to their dashboard and get informations on our website. We also give them the instructions how to get to their dashboard so that they get easy access to it. But if they still have questions, they know who to connect to ask their questions to. And
All right. You already
our of
said
course our team will be there to help them and to guide them and all that.
okay. So our program is a 1 week program, intensive one, of course,
Mm-hmm.
online for those who are attending. In order to be online, you need data to be online and be in a position that the data actually will flow. I am talking, and I know from where I'm coming from because there are some areas, because of the enclaved natures, you cannot be able to access network properly. So to be
But
able to
that's not
follow
a
the class,
problem because
yeah, that's why I'm saying that they have to
we
get
have.
the access.
Exactly, but we have our program. We are going to video all our programs, so they're going to
Okay.
get it. So anytime, if you can't make it in the morning, there's just no problem. Take your time in the evening, and then you get all the teachings again from the tutors, from the coaches. So if someone can't really make it because of time scheduled and all that, it's just no problem. They just register, they get all those information at their convenient time. They go and do the hearing the messages or the
Of course.
information afterwards.
Thank you so much for that clarification because many people would have been asking already, how do I do it? Maybe I'm not indoors at this time. 1 week just grounded, you see. So thank you for clarifying that we could, attend to other things and then come back, sit down, and then practice and take down notes. So 1 week
Mhm.
program, so many coaches that we have that you mentioned already. Some people would like to know how many coaches, teachers, let me put it that way, that they will be having per day. At least how many will be
We
intervening
have
per day?
two to three,
Okay,
two and
okay,
three.
good. So 2 to 3 intervening a day. We said it's a crash
Mhm.
program. So each class will be about 2 hours, 3 hours, so that
No,
we
four
actually
hours. I mean,
4 hours.
the first
Okay,
class begins from 10 o'clock to 12:30. Then we have in
okay,
every 45 minutes we have a break. Then we have the second class from the coach that starts from 1 o'clock to 4 p.m. And every hour has a 15 minutes break. So the
okay.
teacher will teach or the coach teaches from 45 minutes and then we have a break. 45 minutes we have a break. Exactly.
All right, that is good. So as crash as it's going to be, it's still going to be so relaxed. So we're
Oh
encouraging
yes.
all those who are still lagging behind that they can still register, of course. I think they can still register or registration is closed already.
They can still register given the fact that we are going to document every work and the fact that we're going to put that on video. So if they register, whenever they register, they're going to have all the materials again. And then, of course, our coaches are available for them. If you go through the material, then you can get to a teacher or a coach and ask your questions at that point.
Okay. At the end of all of this program, how would the last day, what is programmed for the last day? How would the last day look like? Because some people
Let
already
this
know that
one
they
be
will get
reserved
there.
for those who let this one be reserved for those who take part. But they all get
Okay.
a
Okay.
certificate that can make them become entrepreneur coach. So they
Okay.
can now become a coach or business coaches also. And then yes, and those who are really interested and have businesses, they are going to send us their videos, what they are doing, and all that. And our jury is going to examine it and see which of them we can support. And yeah,
Okay.
so that we still fulfill the Startup Funds program.
Okay, so you're just getting one other secret that is coming up. It was supposed to be disclosed at the end of the day that there is going to be a startup fund for those whose programs or projects will be pitched out. So many people may be coming in a very lax manner without preparation. This tells you already that you need preparation and you need to already identify a problem that you can solve. And maybe just by trying to solve that problem, you get startup funds. And when Mam Vera says startup funds, it is startup funds. And this is a largesse. It's not part of the program, but she, from her largesse, she decides that no, many people can't come like this, and some people don't distinguish themselves. So when you send your programs in, the jury is going to go through the program. We said it was a 2 minute video that you send in with a small write up accompanying what you are doing, the funds you have already, the things you have, how far have you gone with the program. And we are going to look at it. Can it be sustainable? Does it influence the environment? Is it environment friendly? And things like that. And we are going to be pitching. This time, I think you said you are stepping up from 3 to something. I don't want to disclose the number. So when you come, do your best and know that this may just be your year to go higher heights. It's been a wonderful time with you, Mam Vera. I made a mistake. I
My
would have been
pleasure.
inviting you instead to be my guest, not my host, like we used to do. You host, I co-host, or I host, you co-host. So we missed much, but I'm sure we're not going to miss as such because you are going to be full time during the master's class, and you are going to
Mhm.
teach us what you know. We say that you don't teach what you know, but what you are. And you said you are business inclined. Everything about you is
Mhm.
business. And so those who be
Mhm.
coming for business, like we said, are going to be just in the right place. Our program, like we said, begins tomorrow, 10 a.m. Those who have not registered, you still can register. And since our programs are going to be documented, they are going to be on video, you can still sit back, get the lessons, and then you contact any coach of your choice, and the coach is going to put you through the program. So it's a relaxed program. It's a crash
Mhm.
program, like we say, but a crash bed relaxed program. So it's not going to
Mhm.
have any constraints. So thank you so much for all you have told us. Get the business from your problem that you have beside you from passion and make it dominion. That's master what you are doing and subdue. I mean, you put in all your might so that this thing should work.
Mhm.
It's been a so great pleasure having you today as guest. I must say I am
Thank
honored
you.
and so enlightened to be there. And I hope
Mhm.
that are following up on Facebook, on YouTube,
Mhm.
are going to continue following us and equally share our link always so that their friends too can benefit. Do not come and benefit alone. Share the link so
Mhm.
that everybody can be involved in this, our Sompon family, and you see how
Mhm.
we are going to make Africa what we want it to be by 2063. Thank you so much,
Mhm.
and
Thank you.
keep tuned for our programs every Sunday. Remember, we'll be coming up even after the master's class. Always keep you
Of course.
updated. Thank you so much,
Mhm.
and equally
Thank
follow
you,
other
sir.
of our programs which are coming up. We have many programs on some point. We have even the debate that will be coming up
Mhm.
tomorrow, 7 p.m. German time. We have racism
Mhm.
on Thursdays, and we have the book reading of the
Mhm.
book. So many programs. Just go to our website, to our page, and you will not regret. Thank you so much for being there, and bye bye for now.
Bye. Thank you so much, and God bless you all. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.